Tigo Energy's Maximizer system provides unparalleled performance and visibility for solar plants of all sizes. The Module Maximizer increases energy production through module-level power control, which increases the energy output of the system by up to 20%. It also provides performance data on the status of each module, so system owners can keep system uptime high. Finally, the system enables the PV Safe function, which can de-energize the system at the module for emergency or maintenance situations. In this video, we will explain the simple steps to install a PV system with Tigo Energy. Before installing the Tigo Energy system, please read all instructions and safety information. Always adhere to all national and/or local electrical codes. Installation must be performed by trained professionals only. The Tigo Energy system consists of the Module Maximizer, the Gateway, and the Maximizer Management Unit, or MMU. There is also a web-based monitoring interface. The Module Maximizers are mounted behind the solar modules, one per module. These are the units that perform the power optimization and are wired into the power line of the array. The Gateway is an antenna that communicates with each maximizer. It is located in the array, typically mounted behind a module. Finally, the Maximizer Management Unit calculates the settings for each module maximizer and sends performance data to Tigo Energy's data center. It is typically wall-mounted next to the inverter and is wired to the Gateway. Installing a system with Tigo Energy is easy. For example, the modules are wired in series, and string sizing is the same with Tigo as it is without Tigo. Inverters don't need any special configuration when installed with a Tigo Energy system. In fact, leading inverter manufacturers have all validated their warranties with Tigo Energy systems in writing. A successful installation begins with the right system design. First, make sure you have the right maximizer with the right connector type, and current and voltage ratings match the specs of the PV module. The number of gateways also needs to be sufficient for the project. Gateways can work with up to 60 maximizers and have a maximum range of 40 feet. So if you have a system that is larger than either of these, grab extra gateways. A management unit can be connected to up to 7 gateways and 360 maximizers. For large systems, you may need multiple MMUs. You can configure the system using our online configuration wizard. Simply log in using your company's ID and enter the details of the system, such as how the system is wired, which modules and inverters will be used, and where the system is located. You will also enter the ID numbers for each of the maximizers that will be installed. These can be entered by hand or with a barcode scanner. If you can, power on the MMU and connect it to the internet. It will automatically download the configuration file, which includes the list of maximizers it will be installed with. This can be done either in the office or on site. Pack the Tigo Energy equipment you will need, including the maximizers, Maximizer Management Unit, and any additional gateways you will need. Bring a single-line drawing of the system to keep a record of each maximizer's location. You will need your full set of tools, including a Phillips head screwdriver and an MC4 crimping set. Bring a spool of outdoor-rated RS-485 cable, which will be used to connect the gateways to the management unit. If necessary, you can find a list of approved RS-485 suppliers on the Tigo Energy website. If possible, bring a laptop to the site. This will help with commissioning and troubleshooting during the installation. So just to recap the in-office steps. Verify that you have the right maximizers. Make sure you have enough gateways and MMUs based on the size of the system. Configure the system online. Download the configuration data to the management unit. Bring a single-line drawing and RS-485 cable. Once on site, we will install the maximizers. These are the components that provide module-level power optimization and module-level data. The module maximizer is mounted on the frame of the module that it will be connected to. Using the bracket, you can simply clip the maximizer into the top right corner of the PV module. The tension screw is used to keep the maximizer secured and can also bond the bracket to the frame. Note that since the maximizer is enclosed in a polycarbonate box, it does not need to be grounded. Connect the leads from the PV module to the PV in connectors of the maximizer. These are the shorter pair of leads. Keep in mind that maximizers are shipped on, so the outbound leads will carry voltage as soon as they are connected to a PV module. Once all the maximizers are connected to their PV modules, it's time to connect them in series. Connect the blue lead from one maximizer to the red lead of the next one, until you reach the end of the string. Do this for all of the strings. As you install the maximizers, record where each one is. Stickers on each maximizer can be peeled off and placed on the system map. You can later scan or fax this map back to your home office. The management unit is the control unit for the system. It is typically mounted next to the inverter between 3 and 5 feet above the ground. When choosing the location, note that it requires access to AC power and an internet connection. After you mount the management unit, connect it to the AC power source. Connect the Ethernet cable to the port provided. Power up the management unit and run the network test to confirm a valid internet connection. The management unit should start downloading the system configuration for the array, if it hasn't already. The gateway is the antenna for the management unit to communicate wirelessly with the maximizers. Therefore, it should be placed in the center of the array. The gateway is connected to the management unit via a standard RS-485 cable. Simply run the wires through the gland at the bottom of the gateway and connect them to the bulkhead connector on the circuit board. If the MMU is already powered on, you can verify the gateway connection by checking the LED light on the gateway. The RS-485 cable run back to the MMU can easily be done at the same time you are running the power lines back to the inverter. Make sure to keep the same wire color configuration when you connect the other end of the cable to the management unit. The gateway is typically mounted on the back of a solar module on the upper left side. It clips right into the module frame. Make sure to mount it with the connections facing down. This will prevent moisture from entering. If you have multiple gateways, they are connected in series along the RS-485 cable. Use the second connector on the gateway circuit board for the outbound connection to the next gateway. Be sure to remove the small resistor in order to make the second connection. Only the last gateway in the run should have the termination resistor. Finally, with both maximizers and MMU installed, initiate the discovery and power on process. During this process, the MMU will confirm that the right maximizers are installed and configure the communications as necessary. If the maximizers are not already producing power, they will be powered on during this step and begin communications. The maximizer should now be communicating wirelessly with the gateway, assuming everything is connected correctly. Now you verify the signal strength for all of the maximizers. The MMU will tell you if any of the maximizers have low signal strength. See the installation manual for details on troubleshooting. If you have a laptop and internet connection with you, then you can use that to troubleshoot the system. It will show you exactly where the problem modules are. Now you can test the polarity of the strings to make sure they are installed correctly. Use a voltmeter to test the voltage of each string to make sure they are installed correctly. Next, you can test the PV Safe feature. Press the PV Safe button on the management unit. Watch as the screen verifies that each maximizer has been deactivated. The screen will tell you that all maximizers have been deactivated. Test voltage at the inverter or combiner to ensure that the voltage has dropped to 0. Now you simply reactivate the maximizers by selecting Control and Panels On at the screen of the MMU. So just to recap the steps, install the maximizers behind each solar module. Install the MMU near AC power and an internet connection. Install the gateway at the center of the array. Check the RSSI and string polarity to make sure the communications and power work. Test the PV Safe feature. You're done installing your system. The inverter can be turned on. Log into the system from any internet connection and verify that all components are working. If this is a residential system, you can take your customer through their new Tigo Energy system. Show them where the MMU is located and how to activate PV Safe in case of emergency. Show them the system owner's manual, which gives them a convenient overview of how they can use the monitoring software. Be sure to provide the owner with either the installation company customer support or the Tigo Energy support line for live support and questions. They should have received their login and password by email, and they can use that to log into their system. Thanks for installing Tigo Energy. Tigo Energy's Maximizer system improves energy production by up to 20% and provides module-level data for system owners to track the performance of their system. If you have any questions about installing your Tigo Energy system, please call us.